Oh, hello. Hello. Oh, I messed that up. It's cool. Um, Hi there and welcome. I've got like all kinds of fabric today. I've got everything from like $10 yards of the Heather Ross. That's the kind of cool higher end designer. I've also got just some regular, I'm going to call them regular fabrics, but just things that I had that I just need to kind of clean out. I need to kind of get it out of here and make room. And then we have new fabric coming in every day. And so just trying to keep things turning over. So let me go ahead. Let me see if I can figure out trying to use my phone at the same my like phone my personal phone, and then this is like the phone with the show and blah blah blah, and that way maybe I could run it a little bit smoother. I did cap shipping today, so 922 is the most that you're going to pay, and then I think we're just going to run it by the full yard unless like there's a little bit short on a flat fold or something like that. But these are some of the flat folds I had that I'll just give you like a sneak peek. Like this is from blank, but it's the Stoff. This one is Clothworks, for example. This is that fabulous dude. Let's see if I can find it on the thing. But I'm probably just gonna run these guys for like 5 a yard, just because I need to get them out of here. We need to make room. But this is just some idea of those. There's also over here on the floor. I shouldn't say floor, but it is. I have a bag that's just full of some fabric. It's everything from Ruby Star to Moda. Um, there's even some of that cool stuff from Ruby Star that's um, like the Warp and Weft, I think it's called. So I have a feeling we've got like something for everybody. But I'm just gonna go ahead and get it started, kick it off. This is from RJR. This is called Tangerines Citrus Garden. So if you're making one of those cool quilts, Um, I'm just going to start this at 5 a yard, Layla. It looks like it says there that we have a little over 3 yards of this. So I'll run the first yard. If it sells, we'll run the second one. And it's just going to start at the 5. I do sudden death just to keep things moving. Um, and so that's running. So if you just need a yard, and then I'll run it again if anybody else like wants another yard or somebody else wants to grab it either way. And we'll just get through some of this stuff. Miss Layla, we got you for a yard of this one. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to run it again, see if anybody else would like a yard. And I just run it for 30 seconds. So, talk amongst yourself. It'll be a minute or half a minute that feels like forever when you're on here. The tag says there is 3 yards. So I'm going to go ahead and run the third yard as soon as this one's over. And then we'll move on to the next one. But they are pretty oranges. I actually had this one because we had like a shop sample. Do you guys remember when like the mason jar quilts were really popular and you had like a mason jar? I think there was 16 on a quilt and you had different things in each one. I believe there were oranges in one of ours. Layla, I'm just going to send you this whole piece of fabric since it looks like you're going to get all 3. And that way I don't have to cut it. So look for that in a mailbox coming to you soon. This next one is from Clothworks. It is called Zen by Your guess is as good as mine. SC something, but it is a Clothworks, and it looks a little bit like it might be batik, but it is not. It is just a regular piece of fabric. And that's running. It's just going to be 5 for the yard. You're going to get the full yard. And it looks like there's a few yards on here, so I'll run it again when this one is done. And a second yard is running if anyone would like it. Nice, thank you. We got you for 2 yards, and then we're going to run a third in case anyone else wants it or Wiso would like it. Um, you're welcome, Wiso. And while you're here, do you mind answering? So, the quilt in the picture, in your profile picture, is that Adventureland or is that a different one? Because I keep wanting to make one like that. I tried the Adventureland one and I didn't do so well with it. And I'm curious if there's like another pattern that I might be able to follow a little better. This is the connecting threads. The line was called General Store. I do not see a designer, but it is Connecting Threads General Store with a really, really cute. And it looks like it's from 2019. But it looks like it's just some little plant flower leaves. And that's running. If anyone would like a yard of this one. It's one similar. It's not that. Because I don't know why you had to like do this weird cutting thing. And I was like, what the heck? Next up, we have this one that's kind of a maize yellow color. Let's see if I can find something on this selvage that tells us who made it. It is an Andover. And it is, I feel like it might be a Juicy Juice, but it's not. No, it's just 100 years created by Andover. And this was from 2020. But it is a kind of a golden mustard yellow. And that's running. It's just 5. You're going to get a full yard. And it looks like we have a second yard of this too. So I'm going to go ahead and run it again. And Layla, once again, we're just going to fold this up and send it your way. This is also an Andover. Now this one's a little different. It's not a panel, but it's got these like geometric shapes on it. And it is like a yellowish, like a golden mustard yellow as well. I think this is a Juicy Juice. It is. So this was Juicy Juice had that line back in looks like 2018. I think it came out in 2019 because these fabrics are all kind of from that era. And it was just he had a panel, which I think there might be one in here. And this was the matching fabric that you were supposed to make borders and stuff out of. And they're just these cool like geometric shapes. But this is like I said, it's a little bit of a kind of a yellowish color. And we're just running it for 5 a yard. So if you want a yard of that, it can come and live at your house instead of our storage. Here's another Clothworks. It actually matches the one that So you got 3 yards of it earlier. This is just the same style, just a different colorway. So that guy's running. If anybody would like to grab a yard of this one, it was Zen by the name that I couldn't read on the thing. The little It looks like it's a sizzle, but I know that's not it. And there is another yard here, so I'm going to run it again in case anybody would like a yard. Okay, why so? For 2 yards of this guy. And then this one is interesting looking. It is a Stoff Fabrics. The name is Colorways. Danish design, printed in Pakistan. I know these are supposed to look like the little leaves that are on the fabric, but I think they look like potatoes. And this is pink. So if anyone would like a yard of this guy, that is running now. I think they're called ginkgo leaves, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong, but and also don't forget, I do a loyalty program. So there's a little crown up at the top. You do have to go in there and like activate your discount. And I don't know if the discount, this is running again, if anybody else would like a yard. I think my discounts are only good at like $9 a yard or higher. But we can get there if there's anything you want. I can always try to find you something newer that sells for more. But at least you can kind of start piling up your discounts so you have them when you need them. Layla got you for 2 yards of that one, and we'll send it your way. Oh, I still have some of the tilde left. It's a lot of the like red, white, and blue ones, but I can pull those out when we get to it. This was one of my favorite lines. It was like 2 years ago, if I remember correctly. Emily Van Hoff. It was called Groove, right? Groove. Just, I do have some Ruby. Matter of fact, I don't know if you see this guy. I'm pretty sure he's Ruby Star. And then I've got some more in this bag next to me, so we'll get there. Unless you need something like that I can go dig out real quick, I'm happy to not make you sit here and watch everything if there's something you're looking for. So this is Groove. It's Emily Hoff. And I'm just gonna run it. It's just $5 for the yard. If anybody would like a yard of it, it's got this cool serpentine thing on it. A couple years ago, like Moda used this as like their signature. It was like in all their ads. This one, this is like a mauvey pink color, and ironically, it's called Mauve by Crystal Manning. But it's a little mauvey pink color. It reminds me, I don't know if Ruby Star had a line called Vessels, and there's one that looks just like it on Vessels. But this guy's running. If anybody would like to grab a yard of Mauve by Crystal Manning. Do you have? I do not have the goats. Just that one sold out. I know I don't have it. The stripes and plaid. Hey, T Dazzle. Welcome in. We got you for a yard of this guy. This is a Paintbrush Studios. It's called Sky Gazing. And it's just kind of a nice blender. It's got these cool birds on it. I actually made a quilt with this that was hanging in the shop, and somebody bought it last week. I was using it for like an ocean sky. Like I made this. Have you guys done the sailboat quilt where you like make the little sailboat? Anyway, I'm cheesy. But we're gonna go ahead and run this guy. If anybody would like a yard, it makes a really cool sky in any of your quilts for like a background or for like a kid's quilt. It makes a cool sky because it's got the birds flying on it. Hope she's done. This one, this is older. I don't even. This is something in Emma. It was called Vines, and don't make kids' clothes out of it. Cute fabric is just kind of a light peach background, and then it's got a bunch of Emma and Mila. Yeah. I'm not even sure how we ended up with that because this does not feel like some of our other fabric, just for the record. It's not quite as soft, but the color in it is fantastic. Gigi, we got you for a yard. And it looks like I have another yard, so I'm going to run it again in case anybody else wants to grab it or someone wants a 2 yard. Right, Gigi, it's coming your way. So Layla, you bought this in pink. Now we have it in gray. Same line that you had. It was the soft fabric colorways. I think they're like little ginkgo leaves. Obviously directional in some way. But it is gray. So if anybody would like a yard of that, it's running now. Matches the pink ones. Oh, I think I've said this too. I don't do buyer giveaways. Every buyer gets a giveaway. I've got some cool like pen kits. I don't have enough for everybody, I don't think, but and then I still have the little zipper bags for project bags. This little guy is also a Paintbrush Studios. It was a line called Cowboy Country. It sold like crazy here in Missouri. Oh, Layla, yeah, sorry, I didn't see that. Let me run this one and then I'll pull it back out. Sorry, I didn't see that your finger slipped till just now. But I am going to run Cowboy Country in case anybody wants a yard of it first, and then I will bring back the gray ginkgos. Layla, did you end up with that one? Sweet. So we'll get you some cowboys, and then I'm going to get these little ginkgo things back out. I think this is a little more than a yard. On most of these, there might be a yard and a quarter. There might be a yard and a half. They'll never be short, but they will be. Some of them will be cut big. But here's the ginkgo back. That's got the gray version of the ginkgo. If anybody would like a yard. That's done. Let me see if there is a second yard. So I'm going to run a second yard. You guys have probably figured it out. I try to sell so that I don't have to cut. It makes packing a lot faster too. All right, Miss Layla, 2 yards coming your way. I do have capped shipping, so buy as much as you would like. And then if it takes 2 boxes to get it to you, then I'll pay for the extra box. I had someone the other day, she had 5 boxes. Yeah, 5. So this one is the cool sloth. I think we named him Steve the other day when I was going through some of them. But it is from Animal, and it is the sloth. This is from Ruby Star. There's about 1.75 yards here. I'm just going to sell it at the yard. And you guys can take the whole thing. So it's running now. Like I said, it's about 1.75 yards. So I'm just going to give you the whole thing. I don't want to have to cut it and be left with less than a yard. And Layla, going in your box. He's really cute. Well, I thought he was holding up peas. But they're not peas. I'm just going to show this. I know I'm supposed to be selling more fabric. Does it not look like he's hanging off of a pea pod? Spoiler alert. That's not what the designer intended. So this guy, this is blah, blah, blah. It's Connecting Threads. It's general store. So we had this pink one earlier. And now we have it in a green. So if anybody would like to grab the green, that one's running. And then it looks like we got a couple under there, and then I'll get to this other bag. Layla, you're at green. I think there's two here, but let me double check. Really hard to make more fabric. There is another yard, so I'm going to run this again. And this guy's running for the second yard. All right, Layla. Pull chucks. It looks like it's actually 2 1/8. That's what you're going to end up getting, but we don't want to cut it. And then we have this. This is in the beginnings. It's from a line called A Groovy Garden by Jason Yenter. And it's pink. Like it is pink. It's not really hot pink. It's just pink. And then these read yellow, which they're reading yellow on the screen. So this is, like I said in the beginning, Jason Yenter, A Groovy Garden. And that should be running now if anybody would like a yard. T-Dazzle, we got you for a yard. Let me measure this real quick. Yeah. And there's another yard here, so I'm going to run it again in case anybody else would like the other half. Oh, looks like it checks. It's Grammy ended up with that one. I love me a good Jason Yenter. I really do. He's been around a long time. And then this was the Juicy Juice one that I mentioned that had I have the yellow one that had like the weird, I don't know what those are called. And if you guys want to get weird with me, I'll tell you what I think it looks like. These are going to be per panel. Now the panel I don't believe was a full yard. Let me double check because I can't remember. These were like weird panels. Yeah. So each panel was 23 inches. And then it, went on and on. Because if you cut it at 36 inches, you were going to like cut part of one of these off. So I'm not quite sure what the point was of this. But for $5, you're going to get one panel. It's two of these, up and down from each other. But you're going to get just one cut of these, which is about 23 inches. So if anybody wants to grab one of these panels, Kambita, you know what I'm thinking, right? Because I find this so weird when there's also one that's rainbow, like all the colors in it were rainbow. And that one, I believe you guys got like months and months ago. Okay, so let's get into the bag. So here's another Jason Yenter. This was called Calypso. Yeah, the rainbow one is really pretty. The brown one, not so much, but I get what Juicy Juice was doing. Let me look at this guy, see how much we have. One. It looks like we have 3 yards of this guy. This is a really pretty aqua color, and this is kind of an orangish red that's on it. I'm going to assume that this was some kind of a plant themed fabric because it says Calypso on the thing. But this isn't in the beginning. And it's running now. If anybody wants a yard, this sells, I'll run the second. And if that one sells, I'll run the third. Looks like Gigi got the first one. We're going to run a second yard. Jackson's Grammy, you got the second yard, and then we're going to run the last one. No takers on the last yard. Let's grab the next one. This is a Ruby Star. This was called Moon Glow, and this is the blue colorway of Moon Glow. And it's the one that's got like the lino cuts. It looks like they were cut with blocks. Let me see how much is here. This is a 1 3/4, so I'm just going to run it once, and you're just going to get the whole piece. But this is the Moon Glow. It's the lino cut one, and that should be starting now. You're going to get the whole piece. Oh, where'd the slob fabric go? Oh, I'll tell you who got it. Layla got it. Okay, Jackson's Grammy, you're going to get this whole thing. My rubber band stash. What's this guy? So this looks like Jason Yinter again. Does it not? It's not a nice blue, and then it's got kind of rust color. Yeah, this is Jason Yinter. This was a line called. Can anybody read that? Pastiche, past. Oh, I'm not that. And it's from In the Beginnings. This is a 2017 fabric. But this is very cute, very pretty, good colors. And that's running now if anybody would like a yard. Jackson's Grammy, we got you for one, and then I'm going to run a second one in case anybody else would like some, or if you'd like more. Awesome sauce. Next. Oh, what's this guy? This guy looks a little tiny. But he's not. He is exactly 1 yard. Great colors. This looks older, though. Diane, just this selvage looks older. Diane Richmond. And that's all that's on it. There's no other information. But this is super pretty. It's got a peach background, green flowers, just a very pretty fabric. And I'm going to go ahead and run that. It's exactly 1 yard, so you're going to get the whole thing. That is a pretty fabric. It feels good too. I know I always make the comments about how it feels, but it feels wonderful. Wonderful. Let's see what else we got in here. I'm going to pull out a few so you can at least kind of see what's coming if it's something you might be interested in. And then these are those warp and weft. This is a motif fabric. It's not a warp and weft. Oh, you can't even see it. Look at me trying to tease you, and I'm not even. That's a warp and weft. Small piece of stars. I'll have to put that with something else because it's not a full yard. Let's see. Small piece of strawberry backing. So that'll probably go with the stars. And then here's a Jolly Darlings, an old one. We'll just run these guys. So this one, we'll start with these two right here just because they're small. This is 3/8 of a yard of starry, And it's the blue one with the black stars. And then this is 3/8 of a yard of a 108 strawberry backing. And I'm going to see if I can find another shorter one that we can throw in with it so that we at least keep it at over a yard. This one. This is just a nice solid black. So definitely over a yard here, you're going to get all 3 pieces. And I'm just going to run that and see if anybody would like to take it home. Why so? Gonna get that whole little roll of happiness right there. And I can use a rubber band to hold it together to make sure you get all of your pieces. Next, let's do this guy. It's close to the holidays, right? This is from Jolly Darlings. Not Jolly Darlings 2. This is just Jolly Darlings. I have 2 yards of it, so I'll run it twice. And it is like the little backing one, and it does. These are metallic, these little pluses. But here's the selvage, if that helps you. It's Jolly Darlings. And it's just a light blue with some dark blue stars on it. So I'll run the first yard, and if anybody grabs that, we'll run the second. Thank you, Just Jess. I knew you'd like that one. And I'm running the second yard. So if anybody else needs it, or Jess, if you want a second yard, it's running now. Just Jess. It's all coming your way, ma'am. What's the story with this guy? This is metallic. I'm sure you can see it's a red metallic. This has to be a Christmas. Yeah. Lewis and Irene, which we started carrying in the shop. And it's a nice fabric. It's from like the UK, I think. This was called Away in a Manger. Obviously, it's like a dark red, and then it's got the gold stars on it. Oh, this is weird. This is odd. It's not folded selvage to selvage. Sometimes weird things happen, you know? Like, how did you get off the bolt and not be folded that way? So there's 2 yards here. If you're looking for any last minute festive holiday fabric, this is a good one. Like I said, dark red, got the gold on it. We'll run the first yard. If that sells, we'll run the second. Why so? You now own a yard of this. Would you like a second yard, or would anyone else like it? Nope, just a yard for you. Okay. Oh, second yard running now. Guys are going to get some great boxes. And I'm going to get some space back. Let's do this guy just because he's laying here. And he looks really cool. This is Tara Reid Barn Quilts. And it's a panel. We still have the fabric out there. Strangely. Still have the fabric out there. But for some reason, I think this was maybe the panel we had on display and we're out of panels. This is the last one. Let me show you here that it's got a cool, it's written cool. And it's got 6 barns on it. And then it's got, the barns with the quilt blocks on them. That one's got a red truck. And you're just gonna get this whole panel, and it's running now if anybody would like it. And apparently they like black and white cows because this one's covered in black and white cows. Every barn has a black and white cow. And Jackson's Grammy coming your way. I don't know if that's just supposed to look like a window or if it's like. So this is called Warp and Weft. This is a woven fabric. It is from Ruby Star Society, and you can tell it's the Ruby Star brand because it's always got a yellow selvage on it. It doesn't say anything. Now this one may have, like right here, I see a tag. There's a small flaw, but it looks like it's at least 2 yards in, or a yard in. But this is like a mauve pink, hot pink almost. Do I have anything? This was one that didn't sell. That you kind of see. This is a white with pink with a light pink, and you can see how much like richer this color pink is. It's like a mauve pink. And I'm just doing it for $5. So if anybody wants to grab it, if you like wovens, this is the Warp and Weft line from Ruby Star. And of course, I'll first person like why so you're probably going to get a little bigger piece because I'll just cut up to where the I don't know if you guys have ever seen this, but sometimes fabrics come with this little tie on it, and that just means there's some kind of problem, horizontal or perpendicular, whatever the word is, to that tie. So you'll probably get a little bigger piece because I'll just cut it up to that for the first person. And then the next person will run another yard. And if you guys ever see anything in your fabric that you're just like, what the heck? Just let me know. Okay, just got you for a yard as well. And just because I'm not completely sure where that little thing is, I am going to go ahead and get this cut and then we'll figure out what to do. Here is a very light denim color, but I don't think it's not warp and weft because it doesn't have the yellow selvage, but it has nothing on it. I don't know if you can see the selvage is just plain, but it's just kind of a light denim. I was actually using these. If any of you have done the Americana from Lori Holt, she has a denim color that needs to be in the blocks, and it's been sold out forever. And people were using this instead of her denim color, and the blocks were turning out just fine. But this is running. It's just $5 for the yard if anybody wants it. It is a Moda fabric. I do know it just came from Moda, but I couldn't tell you the fancy name of it, honestly. The formal name. Here's another warp and weft. This is a light pink. Let me show you the dark one. So here's the one we just had that was a darker kind of reddish pink. Here's a light pink, and this one's coming up. It's more of a green. But it's got like a really cool, this one has like a really cool, like they weaved the two colors together and it looks really cool. But this is just the light pink one. I'm going to go ahead and run in it if anybody would like a yard of it. Okay, why so? The yard's going to come your way, and then I'm going to run another yard. And just a yard is going to come your way. Then we'll do this green one. It's like a mint green. It's really kind of cool. So this one, I don't know. So it's got the yellow, so you know it's a ruby star, but do you see it's got the little sage? Perfect color description, sage. So it's a sage green, and then it's got these kind of brownish lines running through it. And it's just got a really nice depth. But the lines aren't like straight lines, they're more organic looking. So this guy's running if anybody would like a yard of the sage. Thank you, Wiso. Just Jess? Get you for a yard. And then I'm going to run a second yard in case anybody would like it. Jackson's Grammy. You came away with that one. Uh-oh. You guys probably don't like to hear when I go, uh-oh. Let's do this guy. So this is Woodland Park. This is, it's a newer line, actually. This is I think they called this a cinnamon colorway. It is almost exactly a yard. It's got these darling little creatures on the selvage. So you can see that it's Woodland Park. And it's just kind of almost a yellowish. And I think it's running, maybe. Did I hit it? Carol. Okay, good. Okay. Caro Hill. This one's coming your way. And here's another one. Is this Woodland Park? Kind of looks like it. This is the peach colorway. It's got kind of a peach, but look how pink. Oh no, it's picture book. I know a lot of people looking for this one. So picture books here. This is the one with the cool selvage too. It's Kimberly Kite. This one's out of print. People are always looking for it on online, but it's rented. So if anybody needs a yard, it's almost precisely a yard. Um, just for the win. I'm sorry, these are kind of out of order. I was just kind of pulling them out. This is a Moda. This one is called, you'll probably guess the name when you see it, Laguna Sunrise. And it's a Sherry and Chelsea. So there's your Laguna Sunrise. There's your Sherry and Chelsea. Moda. And it is like this is more aqua than what you see there. See if it'll give it a little more aqua look to it. And then it's got these cool like whirly bird things. Looks like on top of it, remember back in the day where little kids' hats. Let's see if it's a little darker than what I see on my screen. But this is running. It's just for the yard. If anybody would like a yard of Laguna Sunrise. And it is Moda. We all know it's fabulous. This is definitely thatched. I don't know what colorway it is, but it's definitely thatched. Let me get this little guy open. Oh, so he's a 108. And he's 23 inches. So you're not going to get quite a yard. You're going to get 23 inches, but it is a 108. So you're going to get plenty of fabric for $5. And that's running now. If anybody would like him, we can send him your way. Okay. What's this one? Now this one feels different. I don't have anything on the selvage. It's just a pretty, I don't know if you can see the little flowers. Just a nice, pretty fabric. Looks to be a yard. Let me put it out that way so you can actually see how it repeats. And that should be running now if anybody would like this for just $5. All right. Why so? This one's coming your way as well. And then let's look at this guy. So this one reminds me of something that would make a fabulous binding. The word escaped me. This is basic gray. Basic gray. It says here on the selvage. Does it say decorum? I don't know what that says. And then it says the secret to happiness is freedom, and the secret of freedom is courage. Interesting. Motivational Selvage 101. Welcome to my TED Talk. So this is a blue. It's got kind of a darker blue here, and then this is more of a denim blue, so it's a little bit darker than what I see on my screen anyway. But this guy's running if anybody would like a yard of it. It's real cool. And I think there's 2 yards here, so I can probably run it again. Yeah. Actually, more than that. Why so? I got you for a yard, and then I'm going to run another yard in case anybody would like it. Why so? It's all coming your way. Let's get out some more. That one's kind of small. Here's another thatched that's in a very tealy blue color. Here is a nice red. Not sure what this one is, but we're gonna throw it out there so you guys can see what's coming up. This is a window called Darling. I'm getting out of this. This actually came from our club. This is a Bennertax by St. Nicole Designs. This is an older fabric. Did I miss the golden pen and white fabric? Golden pen. I think you did. Square. You did. It was this one, wasn't it? Yeah, just got that one. I can always look out on the floor and no, I don't think we have any picture book. I know we don't. Here's just a nice, more vintage fabric. This is a Joanne Figueroa. This is a heartstrings. This is an SSI. This is a nice heavier weight fabric. And then we've got some more. Look at that. I don't think I've ever seen that before. And then it looks like we also have a Florida Volume 2. That's what would those be called? That's the panel. And then there's a bunch of Jason Yenter. So we'll fly through these guys. Get to the Jason Yenter. So this is a light panel. It's like a white background on it because there's one that's like a peach background. This one's the white. And it's a panel with all the different I don't think they print Florida Volume 2 anymore. But this is just a single panel. It's got some little creatures all over it for those of you familiar. And it's running now if anybody would like the panel. And why so? That panel's coming to you. at this one. This one's kind of interesting. So this is like almost a bronzy red color. Pretty sure this is out of print too. This is really cute though. Noah's Ark by Stacy. You know that name. And it's a Moda. And it's just a cute. She's a really kind of famous illustrator. Oh, you're right. It would go with the binding print. This is just, it's a Noah's Ark. So we're going to go ahead and run it. See if anybody would like a yard. I was hoping we had some that goes with it, but I don't see any. Because you know this had to have like a whole line. Okay, Jackson's Grammy. We got a yard of it for you. We're going to run another yard. In case someone else would like some. Okay, we'll get that done. This is the one that's like can you hear it? It's like a woven and it's pretty thick. See how thick that selvage is? And then it's just solid on the back. But it's called Heartstrings. You can tell kind of the age of it. I'm going to go ahead and run that. See if anybody would like to grab it. Jackson's Grammy. And ma'am, I think I'm just going to send you this whole piece. It's heavy, but I think you've bought enough that we should be in the large priority box or whatever. I should be able to just put it in there. So this is an older one as well. Joanna Figueroa and Lisa Kwan, Fig Tree Quilts for Moda. The colors on this one are so usable. It's like a tan, but it's a darker tan. And the little stars, because see the stars, are another darker tan. So I'm going to run this one, see if anybody would like it. I think it's called Cinnamon Stars, if I remember correctly. 3 yards of it here. So if we sell the first one, I'll run the second one. Blah, blah. You know that. April. 1 yard coming your way. We're going to run the second. If you or somebody else would like it. All right, ma'am. 2 yards coming your way. Here's the third. Okay. Oh, and that one's got like a little board in it. Like, you know how sometimes people put their fabric on boards? This is fun. I hope you can see how cool this green. It reads as green when you're looking at it from a distance. Up close, it's got a bunch of colors in it. Greens, grays, a little bit of tan in it. I don't know the story on this. It looks like there's definitely over a yard. I'm just going to sell it in one piece because I don't see anything on the selvage either. So if anybody likes this, because I like it, it's just running for $5 and I'm just going to send you the whole piece. Why so? It is coming your way. Here's another older vintage St. Nicole designs for Binnertex. There's no date, but it's just a nice, pleasing blue background, and then it's got the kind of dark peak and green on it, and it's just $5, and we'll cut your yard. Okay, Jackson's Grammy, coming your way. And I don't know how much is on there, so we're gonna. Here's another one. This is a Wyndham. It's called Darling by Denise Schmidt. This is pretty too. It's a lighter blue. And it's got these little yellow, I'm going to call them daisies, even though a lot of daisies are white. It just makes me happy. It's actually called Dottie Daisy. I know someone who goes by Dottie. This is a lot. I don't know how much is here. Let me see. I think it might be 3 yards here. No, just a moment while I measure. I think it's 3, but I'm only going to sell 2 if the first one sells, and then we're just going to cut it in half. But this guy's running if anybody would like a yard. We'll call it a yard. Okay, why so? We've got you for a quote yard. If the second yard sells, I'm just going to cut it in half. So, okay. You guys are splitting this one. So it's going to be a little more than a yard. Might even be a yard and a half. But it's coming your way. This guy, this is like, do you see the little circles on it? And it's pretty pale. And I don't know how this got in my quilt shop. But it says color block for Joanne fabric. Have no idea how this got in a quilt shop. I'm going to assume that it was somebody that probably donated something to Community Quilters, which is our group that makes quilts and donates them in the community. So that's probably how this ended up here. I'm just going to run it. You're going to get this whole piece if anybody would like it. It's definitely more than a yard. Don't know how that got here. Not to sound snotty, because Joanne's fabric is fine. Not saying that you shouldn't buy it. This is Dear Santa from Primitive Gatherings. I don't know if you could read this on here. But this is a red, and it's got a lot of little dots. I don't know if you can see the little dots. But just a nice blender for any holiday things that you're working on. And it's running now if anybody would like a yard. Just Jess. And then I know there's a second yard here, so I'm going to go ahead and run a second yard if anybody would like it. April, came away with that one. And then this is obviously thatched. There's nothing written on it though. I just know what it looks like. And I feel like this seems amazingly large. This isn't a 108, is it? Oh, yeah, I just found it. Okay. Robin Pickens, Moda. This is a 108. I don't know how much is here though. I'm going to guess this says 3. So running it yard at a time. This is a 108. If the same person gets all 3 pieces, I'll just send it to you uncut and you'll have a nice packing. Okay, second yard running now. Okay, got a yard for Gigi Mimi, and then we've got the third yard. Gigi, you're going to get 2. April, you'll get 1. It's a very pretty backing. It'd be nice for borders too, because you wouldn't have to trim them so much. Let me go ahead and start pulling out. These are Jason Yinter. I believe all of these. That's an oldie but a goodie. That's Jason Yinter. This is Jason Yinter. This is Jason Yinter. To make a very, very happy quilt. These are not Jason Yinter. This is Ink and Arrow from QT Fabrics. This is Ink and Arrow. This is a classic. For those of you who collect older fabric, this is Tina Givens from Westminster Fibers. That's got to be collectible. Tina Givens has been around forever. Not sure why this is here. I don't remember ever seeing this. This is a what's the African print? The block prints, wax block prints. What is this guy? Here's a cute little Henry glass that's got some pink in it. I think it is Ankara. It doesn't say it, but I'm pretty sure it is. I don't remember us ever having that in here, but hey. This is the yard of a paintbrush studio called Portofino. And this gets us to the bottom of that bag. And this is a yard of the Woodland Park. So let's go through this. Let me push them over here and pull them one at a time. Woodland Park. This is the yellow colorway. Here's the Woodland Park on the selvage, and that guy's running now. Amy, welcome in. I didn't even see you come in. But you got here just in time for some good stuff. Let's do this guy. This is Paintbrush Studios. The line was called Portofino by Ro Greg, because Ro Greg is now at Paintbrush. And it's just a nice blender. It's got a bunch of crazy, almost like pixels on it. Yeah, sneaky. Let's see if I can find my... Trisha, you ended up with this guy. Oh, whoops. Oh, I didn't do that very well. We got that one coming your way. And then let's look at this guy. So this is Henry Glass. I thought it had something on it, but do you see it's got... Oh, you can't see. Oh, that is white. Look at how white out on us. How can we... There. Do you see this? There's like little black lines on it that I thought was dirt, but it's in the fabric. And see, it makes the little... Come back. See how you can see that one's got the lines? Like it's a little Space Invaders game. But this is Henry Glass, and it was called Modern Tyke, Kim Deal and Molly Deal, and it is a Henry Glass. So we'll go ahead and run this guy, see if anybody would like to grab it. Text and Scrammy, a yard of that's coming your way. I'm going to run a second yard in case anybody else wants it. And then this is the one, I think we decided it might be Ankara. But it says here, guaranteed wax print blocks. I don't know what this word is. Hitarget. Um, but this has some really cool tigers on it. And I can't tell how much is here. Hold on. Usually it just kind of shows itself how much is there, but I'm going to go with 2 yards. And you can see it's got these cool, like we've got orange tigers. Can you see a little orange tiger? We've got a black cat of some sort. Here, this one has a flower. Here's the, and it's a repeat of those. It looks like of this circle. Hopefully you can see it. See how it's got a, there's a kind of a circle there and it's got the black, the orange. I'll run the first yard. If it sells, I'll run the second. No takers. Okay. Let's look at this guy. So this is the Tina Givens I was talking about. It's got to be an oldie because it's Westminster Fibers. And it is a yellow background. And then it's just got these repeating, I'm going to call them daisies. And the name of it is Crush. So we're going to run that guy, see if anybody would like it. Just $5 for the yard. Here's Ink and Arrow. I believe this is their blender line, so I have it in yellow with black, and then I also have it in white with black, which would actually make a pretty cool quilt. But this is Ink and Arrow for QT Fabrics, and we're just going to run it for a yard if anybody would like one. Oh, nobody on the yellow? Well, here's a white one. Maybe this will strike your fancy. Ink and Arrow QT Fabrics. It's white with black little circles on it. Little dots. Not really dots because they're open, and dots would have to be filled in, wouldn't they? Karen knows what's up. Another yard of this is running if anyone else needs it. Trisha. There we go. And then let's do these in the beginning. And then I've got a bag that I don't even know what's in it, honestly. This is Groovy Garden again. We had a Groovy Garden earlier. Jason Yinter in the beginning fabrics. It's a black background, got some great color on it, very bright, kind of what he's known for. And that guy's running. I do not have Alexander Henry. The Alexander Henry that we do have in the store, it's all on Etsy. Because people go cray-cray for it. I think people go cray-cray for some of these Jason Yinters too, but sometimes it just takes so much time to go through and figure out what's worth and what's not that it's just sell them. Another yard of this is running if somebody would like another yard, and I think there's just 2 here. So it is not a batik. It is a printed fabric. The backside is white. So not a batik. I do have some. I actually just got some in that are something about an octopus. Really cute. Here's another Jason Yinter. This is a little more than 2 yards, so I'm just going to sell 2 yards of it. If it's different people, I'll just cut it in half and you'll each get a little extra. This is called Deco by Jason Yinter in the beginning fabrics. It's from 2012. And once again, not a batik. It's just a regular printed bright fabric. You can kind of see the back here. Julia, I think it's your first purchase today. Cool name, by the way. Got you for a yard of this one. And it's running again if anybody wants the second yard. Okay, why so? I did go ahead and load the buy it now because I know a lot of times when I have these lower price shows like this, people can't really use the coupons because the coupons have to be over like $9 or something. So if there's anything out there that you might be interested in, you go ahead and grab it, and you can. I'm pretty sure you can use your coupon on it. This guy, there's 3 yards of this one. It's deco, so the one that we just had, this one goes with it. It's the same line, deco in the beginning. So there's the other one that goes with it, that we just had. And if somebody buys the first one or in the second, blah blah. Linda, I do. So let me tell you my personal issues. I love a good cheater, and there's a lot of them here in the store. Jackson's Grammy, we got you for the first one. Are you looking for, like, I even have some, they're called pre-quilts, and they're like quilted already, and all you do is like cut them out and put a binding. I have those. We don't have a lot of them, but we do have, I think there's 3 or 4 out there I can show you. And this is the 3rd yard on this one, so it's the last yard for this. Yeah, let me get through this stack. I think I've only got a couple left. And then I can either walk out there. One of them looks like it's like they look like Polaroids. They're really cool. They're from Paintbrush Studios. I think all of those are Paintbrush. But then we also have just regular cheater cotton prints too. So this is also a Jason Yenter. This one was called Seasons. And this feels heavy, so I'm going to see how much is here before we get going. So we've got one. This thing's all over the place. This is really pretty. It's almost like a, let's see, 2, 3, 4. There appears to be 5 yards of this lusciousness right here. And do you see? It's got. You can see it. Good. See how it's a rainbow effect, like a gradient effect. Very cool. Okay, I'm running that one. If anybody would like this. And I think there's 5 yards here, so we'll run it until you guys don't want any more, or we run out. Second yard running now. April, you got the first one. Looks like. Why so serious? You got the second yard. Third yard running now. Oh, Julia, we got you for a yard. And then let's run. I think this is the 4th one. Jackson's Grammy. You ended up with that one. And then let's run the 5th yard. And call that one gone. Why so? And that'll give you 2 yards. So I will try to cut that continuous. Hopefully I remember. I usually do. I usually do. Sometimes though I get in a zone and just, yeah. I'm an older lady. If you guys like, I can grab this phone and I'm gonna take you out to the floor. I'm gonna cover it because I don't want anybody to get sick from me and my terrible skills. And I'll show you some of those pre-quilts, see if it's something you might be interested in. Price, of course, is going to be a little different, but I thought they were really kind of cool. So here are the pre-quilts, and see how they're just quilted. Like this is one for a kid, obviously, but it's got a different back and front, and it's already been quilted. And each of these are 15 a yard. Um, yeah, they're just unfinished quilts. Here's one that is, it's called Ubuntu. So it was like it's gray and it's got these kind of cool things on it. And then this one's my favorite personally. It was called Rebel Girl. And do you see it's got like little tapes? Like it looks like little cassette tapes on it. And then we have one that's Christmas. And it's just got a bunch of little Christmas things on it. And I can't read the name on the side. Yeah, this pink one, it's called Launch Party. I can actually see it now. Give me just a second. Let me get myself situated here. And I'll go ahead and run these. It's going to take me just a second. I got to do a listing. So if you'll bear with me on it. Most of you probably won't matter. I do have to put the weight a little heavier on these because I'm going to need bigger boxes because they're thicker. Um, Here's Launch Party though. And these seem to be 44. So they're going to be 44 inches or 45 actually by like a yard or whatever you end up ordering. Yeah, Julia, you're right. That's exactly where they're from. But they kind of brought them back and the back's really cute. But I'm going to go ahead and run this one. If anybody wants a yard of it, it's running. And I think I just did 30 seconds. So my hand's going to get tired. But I can run that. I can run the one with the little cassette tapes. If anybody wants it, grab it. And if you guys don't, it's absolutely fine. Because I think it's darling. And it's the ultimate cheater. It's not even like a cheater print. It's just cheater. So why so I got you for a yard, and then let me go ahead and I'm going to run it again just in case someone else wants to get it, but I'm going to run it for a shorter time so I don't have to stand here. But if anyone else would like a yard of it, I'm happy to cut it for you. It's just $15 for the yard. And then it's got hearts on the back. So here's the one with the little cassette tapes. And it's got these hearts. See how it's two-toned? It's got purple and black and little hearts. I should take that home for myself. I'm going to go ahead and run this one just in case anybody wants a yard of it. If you want multiple yards, just let me know. I can run them at once or whatever. I think this one's cool. But I do kind of like the 80s fabric. I'm kind of, here's the Ubuntu one. So it's got almost an African look to it. Gray background, and then here's what the backing. It's like a bunch of dots. But I'll go ahead and run this guy in case anybody wants a yard of it. And then here's the Christmas one, and then we'll be done with these. I do have some other like panels, stuff like that. I'll run the Christmas one just in case anyone wants it. Hopefully you can see it. It's up on a top shelf and I'm short. But April will get you a yard of that one. And then I'm going to run it again just in case anybody else wants some or you guys want more. But they are like 44 inches wide. They're not like super wide. Okay, April, we got you for 2. Let me write it down so I don't forget. And then I'm going to run it again. And you guys can use your coupons on this one, so because it's over the dollar amount. You know what, Jess? I think we do. Let me see what I can find. None of these. So mini charms are just kind of in this little bin. So it looks like there's a washi tape. There's a free spirit. These things are super popular. Here's a piecework one. I thought we were out of those. Let me go in. We're just gonna run these guys for 5. If anybody wants washi tape, you can grab it. I know it says yard, but this is for a mini charm. I don't see any other Ruby Star ones in here. Oh wait, here's catnap. Does anyone need catnap? I know it says yard, but it's just for one of the little mini charms if anybody needs it. And our catnap actually should be arriving, I think it's scheduled to arrive on Monday. Okay, so Jess, that'll be coming your way. Let me see what else is in here. Anybody need a glow garden? We'll go ahead and run the glow garden. We had like a whole rude awakening with glow garden. We thought it was going to glow in the dark, but it doesn't. It only glows under black light. And we were so disappointed. We were just sad. We have a lot of washi in here. A lot of washi. There's another one. And a lot of solids. Another washi. We got a lot of these in early, and so a lot of the... Oh, does anybody need a strawberry? I'm just going to run it for the 5 if anybody wants it. And it looks like this is the only one we have. So if you need more than one, this is all we have. Okay, Jess, got that one for you. And I don't see any more in here. I'm trying to dig. A couple Christmas ones. And that's all I see. Another glow garden, but we didn't have luck with that one. Anything else you might be? Well, we can actually walk over. I know you guys were kind of looking for a Ruby Star. So we can like just kind of walk over there and look. Um, I do have some kind of older free spirit you guys might like. So these I will run at 10 per yard. For the new line, the one with the typewriters on it, that one is 12. So if you see anything here, these are eye candy. These are salutations. Here's Glow Garden. If anybody likes Glow Garden, here's some kind of older ones that are mixed in. If there's something you've been trying to make and you've ran out, we've got some of those. This is the new line with the typewriters. And this is the panel that I think would be the coolest bag. I would love to make a bag out of that. And then I did have some people looking for these, oh, what are those called? Selvage Magic. We still have some of that left. I know people were looking for it. We do have a catnap, but it's a, what are these? Layer cake. And I'd have to do it for like 40. Unfortunately, they're so expensive. But there's a lot of fabric in a layer cake. These, I believe, are Riley Blake. But we can probably. Do you guys need any fabric that's Taylor Swift inspired? We've got a little bit left that I would love to get rid of. If any of you are Swifties, is this not the cutest thing you've ever seen? Literally, Travis saved me. These are 10 because you had to pay full price for those. They're 10 for a yard. I can go ahead and run some. If anybody wants to grab it, grab it. We won't be reordering these, so here we go. So if you need an otter fabric that says Travis saved me, we got you. You're covered. And then here is this is one where Taylor Swift is in a bathtub. Yeah, I can go back. Since I have this one out, I'm just going to run it real quick and then I'll walk back over to Ruby Star. I can't believe none of you want Taylor Swift in a bathtub. Like, what's the world coming to? Over here. Um, any certain line. Now I have to tell you, I'm gonna go ahead and run the Selvage Magic. This one, that's the one that has all the selvage on it. But you need 2¼ yards to get everything. Like you have to buy 2¼ yards. That's how it's made. And it actually says here on the end, 2.25 yards. Repeat. And I'm happy to do these for 10 a yard. I think right now everybody's still selling them, but they've got the the different selvages on it. And I can go ahead and run that. I don't have any Christmas that I can remember. We ordered it, Jess, and it was sold out before we even got it in. Like we sold it all online. It was ridiculous.
Hello.
This is geometry. There's a nice free pattern for geometry. Those of you that were interested in that one. Here's a little older one. This is this is the one that we had one earlier that looks like this. This guy. Oh, can't get him. Come on. I hope no one's getting sick. This was here's a moon glow. We had a blue one earlier. Let's see if anybody wants this guy. I'm going to run it for 5. That way we can get all the moon glow out of here.
So many people are gonna run around the whole state. Yeah. I don't know how they have the energy. I don't know how they have the time.
We had a wonderful sample quilt using this moon glow. It's long gone, but I think there's another yard on here, so you guys will bear with me for a minute.
Might be texting or something on her phone.
Oops, excuse me. Yes, there is another yard. I'm going to run a second yard of this in case somebody would like it. And it's running now. Trisha. Put this down for a second so I can get this marked. And did you guys see anything else here? I do have plans tonight, so I'm hoping not to be on here too late. I might end up kind of shutting it down because we got some people. Do you guys like zip?
Yes. I eat that till my stomach hurts.
Kelly.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, I like doing thinking. I hope I'm not making anybody sick. Oh, there's some blue ruby star. Oh. Okay, have any of you ever shop hopped?
There you go.
And she's putting it right back. You're not even going to hide it somewhere clever.
Do you want me to hide it?
You can hide it anywhere you want.
Oh, you can hide it.
Yeah.
And somebody lost their cup, their
Uh-oh, that was me.
note
Thank
card.
you.
You'll miss that when you get home.
Yes, I will. Thank you so much.
Alright.
Yeah, you can hide it anywhere you like.
Thanks, I will hide it.
Okay, you said there was some blue. Wonderful. Was it this one? Is it like this blue or this blue? This is Woodland Park. Oh, and then here's some good blues. Blue circles. Could it have been something like that? This? The Swigglies?
So we just came from Odessa, and they sang high praises.
This one. This one is called In Paper.
Before you go, because the toilet's out. You did say that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, you want some of this? I'll run it. It's just $5 for a yard for you because you've been hanging around here a long time.
I love that you have this back quarter thing with the
And we don't want to leave anyone behind, so it's running again in case anybody else wants a yard of this one.
what? Oh, wow.
Wonderful. All right, we got you for 2 yards.
So all of these are the same.
And if anybody else wants a yard,
Wow.
we'll do it. And then I'll run the one right above it, which I think is also in paper. And it's still in the plastic. It's never even been touched by humans. Here's the one above. Oh, it's in paper. There it is. And it's just some cool blues. I know, I always say that. It's kind of weird. But I'll go ahead and run this guy if anybody would like a yard of in paper and blue.
What? Boy, that was really something out of your mouth there. Oh, I was going to look.
Nice.
Aww.
And running another yard in case anyone else would like it. I hope I'm not giving anybody the willies.
Box fabric.
No quilts are left behind. We're running a third yard. Wonderful Wendy. Oh, you get 2 yards. And then let's go look around. I have a stupid amount of Paintbrush Studios that I would love for you guys to have. I should carry it to the back, but it would be a lot of carrying. So, I don't know how to do this. What's the best way to do this? So this is so sweet. Do you see this line with the little, they're like little, let me turn it that way so you can actually see. See the little geese? This was like my favorite line when it came out. I loved it so much. I made so much stuff. It is called Rural Life by Mama Fabrics. And I've got this one with the little geese, and then I've got this one still left. And these match. They might look weird here, but they do match. Would any of you like some of this? Yeah. I would love for you to take it home because it's just so sweet. It's just the sweetest. Jackson's Grammy. Thank you. And I'm running it again in case anybody else would like some. Jackson's Grammy's the only one who understands me. But how about this? This is Rural Life as well, same line. And this one has bunnies. Do you see them? Do you see the little, oh, maybe if I do it that way. See the little bunny? He's so cute. Anyone want a yard of that? I'm trying not to be really loud because there's people here. Another yard's running if anybody else is like, I need bunnies. Jackson's Grammy, if you're still in here, it told me it flashed up and left, so I don't know. It said something about a payment failed and then it like went away. So I'm sure your credit card company is mad at you for buying so many things. So these are fun. What are these? What line is this? This was called Flatter by Empress Ann Designs. How much fun would that be to make like a little, thank you. I never really know what it means, and most people, it doesn't happen for very long, so. Who would like some of this? Ampersand Designs. I think it'd be fun to have like a thing to put like a Kindle in or something out of this. And then here's another one, same line, same designer. And then, oh, look at this one. This is a typewriter one that is not Ruby Star. Let's run that one, see if anybody wants one. This is 9 to 5. And it's got typewriters. And then I think we might have to raid somebody. I'm kind of running out of ideas. Oh my gosh, did you see this cheater bread? I didn't see it till just now. Look at that. Okay, I have to show you guys this one because it's fabulous. In that white bag over there, there are some quilting needles, but I don't know if it's the size that she'll need. This white bag on the counter. Oh, that I just pointed to with my phone, like you guys online can see what's going on. Oh, sorry about that. Um, Look at this. This is called American Patchwork. Wouldn't it? Oh my goodness, this is fabulous. And I'm sorry I have to hold the phone because I didn't bring my little thing. Um, you guys see the price. It's a bargain. And if any of you want multiple yards, there's a fair amount here on this. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 6 yards here. Okay, we're gonna run a second yard.
That's fun.
Oh, that's so cute.
Rebel Mama, welcome. You picked a good one. You picked a good one. Yard 3 is running. Rebel Mama, you got a second. Another one running.
Thank you for asking, Mom. You're welcome. Always try to help.
Jackson's Grammy, I believe that's 2 for you. And it looks like there's about 2 yards left on here. So we'll run it this time and one more, and that should take care of the bolt. I love a good cheater. And here's the final one. Rebel Mama, you got that one. It looks like you got 1, 2, 3, and Jackson's Grammy got 3. And I think we might have to close it down because it's 4 o'clock and I have dinner plans. So everything will get shipped. It'll go out in the mail on Monday. That's usually when our mail guy comes and picks everything up. Let's see. Actually, look what I just found. Oh, it's little. Never mind. You guys don't want this stuff. These are little scraps. We're gonna do a dollar start show pretty soon. That I've got like tons of little scraps, and I know I love digging through this stuff. I don't have any more red, white, and blue. That's what I have right now. That's not to say that I won't find some. So don't be alarmed if like next week I'm like, oh, here's some more. It's because organization is not the strong point here. But yeah, come back, bookmark our shows. If you're ever in a show and let's say it's like a Heather Ross show and you want to see something else, just ask. I usually don't mind. So it's not a big deal. We want to get everybody all the crafts they can handle, right? So I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna do a raid. Let's make a new friend. We have someone, the first one that came up is Louise 1966. She's 9 people. Let's jump in there and tell her how beautiful she is. And like I said, everything will get shipped. It should be on your way there on Monday. Most people usually have it by the end of the week. I want to thank you for your support. I will see you guys next week. And once again, everybody have a great week. And I look forward to sending you all your goodies. Okay, bye-bye.